let me tell you a little about how it all began. So I'll tell you a story then. This story begins as early as 1972, the year that the Bhutanese king was crowned, after having been in mourning for 2 years, his father having died 2 years earlier. Soon after he became the king, he was coronated. He stated that gross national happiness is more important than gross national product, or GDP. And he said that after having done considerable reflection on the subject, after having explored the world, the experiences of the developing countries as well as the developed, after having searched for a model of development for our country, and he found that while the various models came under different nomenclatures and so on, essentially they were all guided by one singular purpose, motive, and that is material enhancement, singular economic development, raising the income of the people, without consideration for the costs that it entailed on society, on social systems, without considering equity, how benefits of development were distributed or could be distributed, without consideration for the impact of such development on the fragile natural environment, and the political considerations as well. He found that GDP was the dominant consideration, that in guiding development processes, countries were basically pursuing limitless growth. Those who had reached a high level of development continue to want to have more, and those, of course, at the bottom rung, aspired for what the richer countries had. And it was essentially pursuit of limitless growth in a finite world. And what he saw around was not countries that were happy, even those that had achieved a high level of economic growth, GDP. He came to the conclusion that Bhutan needed a different path of development, one that had meaning and purpose for the human individual, that put the human individual in the center of the development process. And in so doing, what he realized was that the human being has needs more than just economic, just material comfort. That he or she has mental, spiritual, emotional, psychological needs as well. Came to the conclusion that development must be a process that enables the balanced and equal development and progress of the needs, the fulfillment of the needs of both the body as well as that of the mind.